Hello and welcome back to Saving Your Ruined Campaigns. Today we have a special guest, which is 1552, very hard difficulty, a Roman Empire done by Florryworry himself. The situation is dramatic, but first of all, let me show you a quick description of it.
Hi Zlewikk, you are Roman Empire and in 1552, all of Christianity and half of Islamic world is poised to join a coalition against you in 3 years' time. You have 512 overextension, rebels all over the place, 50k ducats without possibility to take any more loans, and you are losing 500 ducats a month. About 500,000 particulars and other rebels are already in revolt and many more on the way. You have no military ideas and you are behind in tech. Oh, and it's very hard difficulty. Your mission? Don't lose a single province. Or retake it, I guess, and have 0 ducats of debt by 1600 of something. Good luck!
Okay, we are in the game. If you're not seeing those 6 Raiders of Apocalypse in your game, it means that something is not going on correctly. So first of all, we can see that we cannot make any more loans and it's minus 300 balance, but we have 47,000 of treasure. Not bad, right? Second thing is that there's not much manpower, but we are using 130,000 or even more of the mercs. Our extension is 500, the war exhaustion is 6, while the worst thing is coming right here. The aggressive expansion is so high that even Ethiopia and Chichimeca are in our coalition. And this will be the biggest of all of the problems that we'll have. Because this aggressive expansion is right here. It's a massive amount and I'm not sure if we are going to be able to fix it. But that's alright. First thing that we have to do is to get rid of this overextension. And the cores that we're doing are mainly in Iberia and northern France. In northern France it's a no-brainer. I'm going to release Brittany and feed it in all of those anchored provinces. Now the overextension is 400 and probably even less. And we are going to delete it further by releasing a Leon just right here. But actually I cannot release them because this 27k is occupying Asturias, which is one of the cores, so we need to quickly go in and reoccupy it. The particularists, this would be a lot of work to deal with them, so what I actually have to do is to accept their demands, which is going to cost me, oh my god, a lot of autonomy and lost land. But it is going to be helpful. This hurts, but oh my god, it's not core, that's the reason, right? Okay, so it's not that bad. That's way less rebels right now. We also appear to have 30,000 troops in the New World, so I'm going to quickly transfer them back to Europe because they will be definitely needed around here, and these mercs will be clearing the Middle East, so I'm going to start using them. But anyway, I'm going to build maybe the Marines. I'll build 3,000 Marines to reoccupy those single provinces around here. With Asturias reoccupied, I'm going to release Leon just right here, and that's a beautiful border, and I will feed them with as many of those and those provinces to reduce the overextension even further. And what is important, I could take more loans. See, my loan amount is 61 and we can take up to 80 of them at this point. And I'm actually going to do that because we don't know at which point the loan cap is going to decrease in case of a war and provinces occupation, and we have a little bit more of the money to work on saving this country. We are working on the stability, it's plus 10 of unrest. I'm going to decrease the war exhaustion with my diplo points, it's plus 6, and big part of these provinces is going to be cored in a second. This is where it comes fun. According to game I have 3 missionaries, but I'm not using any of them. That's a problem. I actually wanted to get popular influence to increase our stability from this. First step is done. We pretty much dealt with all of the rebels and made the country stable. Next thing that I want to do here before the coalition war starts is to increase the income, because the trade flow and everything, it can be done better. We just need more of the merchants, and to get more of the merchants I'm going to start playing around with this. Because we actually have some trade companies, but I want to put them instead of like this. I want to put them in all of the trade centers. Now we've got the 6th merchant. And the 6th merchant, what we are going to do is to try getting more trade out of Alexandria while also adding more provinces to our trade company. See that the truce are going to start ending next year. I didn't see this earlier, but this 102 error has totally to go out. And we need to count for something at least similar to this, because mana generations is going to be super important for us. What I just noticed is also that we have a lot of potential full cores here, I guess, ex-subjects, but those are not part of our states. So what I'm going to do is to add those as our states. That of course caused us to go over the gov capacity, but just slightly. So those negative impacts that we've got, they're not so bad, but our income should be slightly increasing thanks to this. So it is right now 162. Step by step we are going to take it on a way higher levels. What I'm going to do, probably I'm going to regret this, but you see that when I'm decreasing the autonomy in these provinces, basically the unrest is going on around 2. So what I'll be able to do in all of those provinces is to only get an army to do autonomous rebels suppression, and with this we are going to boost our income further, but at the same time we are going to keep a nice economy and a force limit to afford our needs. What I'm planning to do right now is see that we have already those 3 gigantic countries in the coalition, but what I want to do is to let more of them to join it, and then in the right moment we are going to attack. So like at least like 30% of the potential coalition will be in the war, while the rest will be joining in the meantime. So be juggling the truces and fighting with everyone, but not the whole coalition at the same time, because we can't win with everyone. And this is the moment, see, the truce with so many countries ended. I want to let some of them join the coalition. That's the truce map mode. I'm going to start joining, and then, yes, then I would like to attack. I do like to do that with Moscow, but he's so much in debt that he's not going to do anything. I think this is it, because we have also Tunis here, so just to block them from joining the coalition, I will prepare the ships so they will not go through the strait, and we can go and start the war with the Hungarians. It is going to be super hard. They have 240,000 troops out there. This is a good casus belli because it's winning battles. That's what we need. So I'm going to declare the war, go over here, I'll siege down the capital, yes, but still the goal is to win the battles. So those 2 stacks will be waiting on the border just for the stacks to come in our country, just to us to go and delete them. There goes the first victim. But I'm not sure if it's actually a good idea to attack them here, because they have potential reinforcements coming. So yeah, okay, that's an easy one. I'm going to reinforce, but that wasn't as much of the war score as we expected to get right here. Yeah, that should have been better. But yeah, let's just we've got Pest, so you know. And that's only something, and will make Hungarians not so willing to fight. And there it goes, 3 war score for winning this battle right here. I don't like the stacks that we have here. I'll have to reorganize it probably. That's because we are using a lot of mercs, and using a lot of mercs equals very bad stacks. And I just got declared by another coalition, where Moscow decided to not help us, but this other coalition is just Kurland, Bohemia, Munster and Volga, so it's good. We are spreading both wars, so we just need right now to go and keep winning the battles. And this is what I like, another 4% war score, so we already have 11, and we'll just again go back and wait for them to stand on one of our forts. I would take oh my god, there's so many of them. yeah, what I can do is to take the smaller stack from here and go take care of these boys. In the meantime, while they will come again here. There's so many battles everywhere. I won here, so what? I'm winning here, so what? It's still 24% of the war score. But actually, as this is not, we attack, this is not a coalition war. It's way easier to piece them out. But anyway, what we want is as long truce as possible, so they'll not attack us again in 5 years. We need 15 years of truce with those boys, so we'll keep fighting. And this hurts me the most. See, they're attacking us from each side. They're here, they're here, they're here, here. I don't have that many armies to keep pushing them back. But this battle entrenching is a potential stack wipe, because they are on the mountains, and they don't have a big... Oh my freaking god, they will be here on the 12th of April. So I should theoretically win, yes, before the 12th. I'll scorch earth, so they potentially not be able to reinforce this battle, and I'm not sure if we can win. It's a -2, so there is a slight chance. Oh, no, I think we had just... Oh, maybe. No, we had too low morale for this. It's not going to be enough. Yeah, see? We had like 2 regiments on the battlefield, and we won. This is so nice. This is so nice. This is so nice. This is so nice. Let's just keep winning everywhere, and I'll need these guys closer to the main front line. Remember that before each of the battles, that's a must-have, I keep shift consolidating my troops, but it's, as we are using mainly mercs, it's anyway pain in the ass, and I know that these stacks what you're using here and the reinforcements are just tragic, and that might be a tough battle in Pest just right here, especially this... Okay, they start running away, and I believe, yes, we have the maximum war score for winning battles at this point, and we could piece them out for 10% of the war score. Or, yeah, 10% of the war score, but 10% of the war score means 6 years of the truce. We need more, so if we need more, we need to do something more than just winning battles and waiting for the ticking war score. We need to bring the war enthusiasm to low, and this is going to be my current goal. I'm looking what's happening, they're sieging me down in so many places at the same time. See this. I cannot keep this war for any longer. But I got a little bit more of the war score, so I'll be able to piece out for 13%, which is 7 years of truce. That's a starter. Let's do this, and the next truces are going to start. Yeah, okay. So we have around 7 years of peace, and this war should be even easier to piece out. One of the sources of income, as long as we have not bad estates. That's the question. Can we... Yeah, we can keep our subjects loyal with 14% of it. So it's all good, and we even reached 200 of income already, and we'll keep increasing that by working on our court provinces. You can see that I'm building spy network on 2 nations, but I think Frankfurt is pretty bad. They have big spy network detection. I'm building those spy networks to have cheaper techs. You can see it's 0.7 already. But we need to find someone good techs and not so good spy network detection. So what I'm thinking about is now, when you are annexing a vassal and at the end of the annexation you are at war, you want to piece out this, let's say, gigantic coalition war for 100%. Then you are going to give up this vassal in coalition war, but at the same time seize one of the provinces, so in a month you anyway annex them by getting this war score. And what is important about this is going to decrease the aggressive expansion on all of those guys. The problem is I would need to make those subjects way bigger than they are right now, so I would need to give them provinces that are my cores, but actually they are not full cores. So what if I feed them with this and feed those guys with this, you know, and that would help us to decrease aggressive expansion in the European countries. Like, the country is well prepared to do so, because if you go here, see that we have 5 and potentially 8 diplomatic reputation. So the annexation is like this. That won't be a problem. That is loyal now. Yeah, I think I went maybe a little bit too far. That's 54 right now, but it's okay. I'll find very cheap provinces to develop. Oh, they're not that cheap. I'm used to so cheap numbers. Okay, let's just pay off the debt. That's it. And for Brittany, I'll also feed them, but not that much. I'll maybe not do this. This is 450. Let's maybe make them 350 development vassal. That should be just alright. What I've also noticed that Kosovo gold mine is actually not developed, so I'm going to encourage development here. These guys are giving me the dev cost. I'm going to decrease the autonomy unit and just boost it. Let's make it 5 for now, it's alright. One of the most annoying things personally is that Tunis keeps raiding us. So what I've done, I've built 10 trade ships. And you can see they are just going and hunting pirates everywhere. And funny thing, in most of the cases it will stop any raids. We can choose our new issue in the parliament. But I believe that we are going again for the yearly inflation. And most importantly, interest per annum, because we should be able to take more loans soon if we keep improving our economy. A new batch of truces just ended. What is important about this coalition that we need to attack it, because you see, so many truces will end in like basically next 2 years, so we need to go after them, and we need to go after them quickly. The question is, do we have a war goal? We have a holy war goal on the Mamluks. Okay, we have all of those guys join the coalition. I would believe that's most of the ones that could do this. Let me just go on to see the truces map mode. Yeah, that should be pretty much, yeah, a few more could join it, but the major ones are already there, and we need to really hard to take care of that. So I'm going to the Mamluks, I'm going to declare the war for the Holy War, and we are going to get the capital and keep winning the battles. Another truces just ended, and I believe they will form a new coalition which might attack us. That's why we need to hurry in this war, but the problem is they are not so willing to come and attack us. So what I'm doing, I'm rushing their forts, taking as many forts as possible to get this positive war score and get rid of this war ASAP. There we go, Tunis attacks us, and let's see this war. Oh, it's not going to be an easy one, and the thing is, we should be able to piece out Mamluks. Wait, I can do this already. I need to piece them out right now, because there's too many troops that I have to take care of on the north, and it's going to be again like maybe 7 years of truce when I get... Oh, that's actually a little bit of the money, and this is going to be, yeah, 7 years of the truce that we will get from this. That's something, and I'm going to go deal with the Poles right now. There we go, another war just started on us, and this is not that many countries, but they still are managing to have 150k troops. So that's our diplomatic map mode. But if we deal with those two coalitions, we'll be having a big chunk of free time to fix the country, and maybe even, yeah, not go bankrupt probably. And we've got the third coalition attacking us, which is this. So in total we are fighting with all of those countries, which it's 100k troops, 600,000, it's around 800,000 troops that are fighting us right now. So we might actually think about, the most important thing is just to deal with these guys. Once we deal with these guys, the rest is will be just easy peasy. And we've got another one, Portugal declared on us as well, but yeah, each of the war is smaller and smaller, so this is the key. This is the key. We have 26% of the war score, but you can see it's not even close to make them leave the war. This just guys, it's never stopping. One war is ending, another is starting. It just can't get to the moment when you just really have a little bit of a moment of brief, but we'll be getting there. I can piece out first of those 4 wars, and 6, counting everyone that we are getting one after another. We're going to force the religion over here, take the war reparations, money, just as much as we can for as long truce as possible. And this is going to be actually how many years? Okay, 9 years of truce. That's something. Maybe I'm not ahead in tech for admin, but I could be, and I have a lot of points. So what I'm going to do, I'll spend them on reducing the inflation, which is slowly becoming a problem because of the amount of the loans that we have. So I'm going to decrease it down to 31%. Another war to peace out. What I had to do is to, of course, have maximum war score from winning battles and then occupy the capital of the war leader. So I'm going to force the religion over here, and you see that's actually not enough, so maybe I'll try sieging down one more of their provinces, because we need a little bit longer truce than what they are offering us right here now. I'm doing the same for Pomerania, but here I don't have enough war score from battles yet, so it's just a matter of actually getting it. But you see that the money, it's slowly ending, so we need I've told that a few times, but yeah, we need to keep hurrying in all of those cases, unfortunately, and it's going to be tough. Look at this. Who is this? Is this my friends from the islands? Bye bye. It was really nice to meet you. And once this goes down, that's close, but yeah, I guess I'm going just for standard war reparations and money, just the amount of the money that they will accept, which is going to be exactly this. And this means 8 years of truce. Send this. So we are left with just those two wars that are minimal, but this would be, yeah, we need to go to Sweden if you want to piece this out, basically. No, or just to, you need just to land here. That's going to be pretty easy. I'm going to send one tank to Lisboa. I would like to see the faces of the Portuguese when I get here, but I need to win a naval battle first. Look at this. Yes, guys, we are going to take down this Lisboa fort. Not so much, not on my watch. And this should be a beautiful wipe in Evora, I believe. Same as the Brits. Same destiny. With Madeira I can piece out Portuguese. It's not going to be much, so honestly I'm thinking, yeah, I'll probably go and fight with the Brits on their homeland, as they are my enemies in this war. So this should be also like a really easy war score if we go same case as we did in Lisbon and Stagwaven. I even managed to get a low attitude, which is really rare on the coalition war, to these boys. And once I kill the Brits, it will be even more. So now we are going to actually force religion on them. That's not even close. So just focus on money and war reparations. And I'll break the alliance with Anhalt, with these boys, and we could maybe just do this. No, that's not even close. So let's just end up with this setup, or maybe I'll do that. Yes, and this is actually 11 years of truce, and we are only left with the Portuguese War, which is this, so just only Portugal and Sweden. You know what, I'll just reoccupy Evora. And that will be it. We are left with 7,000 ducats. Okay, we need to go bankrupt very soon. Let's get out of this war then. I'm out. This is 7 years of truce. So let's say, in the next 1 year, there will be Mamluks. Truce finishing. This all hurts, guys. So let's see how quickly we can annex these guys. It's 18 years. And in this guy's case, it's also 18 years. So let's go start doing so. I should change this for diplomatic reputation. Then with the diplomatic reputation, they're going to end in 16 years. We have to go bankrupt. Stability free. War exhaustion down. And I need to take this tech before going bankrupt. Take the new tech. Yeah, that's the right one. This is tragic. I can accept this with the diplo points. Could maybe develop... yeah, I could develop my vassals a little bit, so they'll keep being loyal, right? That's the one thing. And just develop my provinces in general. Like Macedonia... Just remember to do that with encourage development. Guys, this will be just so bad. This will be so bad. Let's just do this. Reduce the inflation. We are going bankrupt. Clear the bankruptcy. Now we have 100 ballast. This will be more, a little bit less. And the inflation is better. But the problem is we're left with 100k troops, which is not very bad, but that's pretty bad if we get declared. With 100 of this, I will actually spend some money on level 1 advisors. And we need to organize these 100k troops that we have right now. Like, look, this is 0k stack, this is 0k stack. Superb. Super. Sell the titles is of huge help right now. We have 4k ducats to invest in a little bit of the manpower buildings, because in the long term we really should use mainly the manpower troops, and of course with a little bit of the mercs. We had just left 2 years of bankruptcy, and that's the moment we got attacks. But by the way, we are getting offer of institution from Britain. Let's actually take it. So the war. Let's see it. Doesn't look bad. Not on the numbers. It looks very bad, and it looks even worse if we consider our army quality right now. They would like Pope to be released. Absolutely no. This stack is tragic, but I don't have manpower to fix the amount of infantry, and I didn't want to just delete the troops that I had already. So let's see. See, I have just 1 less morale than Bohemia. So it's actually not that bad. I should even almost stack away them. So maybe step by step, 2 years until the end of the bankruptcy. With the help of my vassal allies, we could defend from it. Okay, boys, we should be getting out of bankruptcy in just next month. And that means also the truces are ending in the meantime. Let's hope they not attack us while still bankrupt. Okay, now it's exactly 2nd July. Now you're no longer bankrupt. Meaning, first of all, we will be getting way more manpower monthly. Most importantly, I can recruit the mercs. So let's start with the independent army here to deal with the rebels. But before it builds, I can do 1, 2, 3. Okay. And get manpower to reinforce my current stacks. And whew, time for a comeback. Time for a comeback, but I will start with getting these guys to 40k. So many more truces ended. We really need to get out of this wars. We don't have manpower, and we don't have money to keep fighting that much. So we just need to get more war score and finally reoccupy Lyon so I can annex it. As the coalition is big and they will keep joining, I'm going to attack Chile. Myself, it is also only winning battles war, but what is important is that it is not punitive wars. It's way easier to piece out the enemies. We need to take the initiative right now. And I have so many potential enemies over here. It's just annoying, you know? How many troops we've killed in this war already? And it's 116,000. Oh, at least I got a war score from winning with Swedes this time. And the next coalition war, yes, finally. Next coalition war is surely coming. Because, yes, war is coming. You could see this notification. It's coming because Poland is in it. Like, all we need to do is to get Commonwealth below 50 aggressive expansion and we'll be able to start playing. And actually, no, I don't want, I can't give them this. I could give them this instead. It's 11 war score. I can give them this because this would cut my country in half. And maybe this money. Let's get out of this war because we have another one coming. Did it decrease the aggressive expansion? I don't think so. We need to get ready. And this is even Commonwealth attacking. They have, okay, I thought there would be more, but it's still 400,000 troops to defeat. And they were just staying here on the border ready to attack us. Should we maybe think about getting more mercs? Maybe with this, but my crownland is not ready for such a move. We definitely need to protect Lyon from being sieged down constantly. Just look on this button, they keep throwing everything in, and I guess that is going to be... that should be probably for them enough to win. Look on this line, and you just keep it alive by reinforcing with more. Just throw more men until Zlewikk will run out of his, which is happening really right now. 0.18 morale, just, I can't believe it. Oh, this is so bad. What they would like from this war? That's actually not a bad idea to do it. And you know why? First of all, the truce with majority of potential coalition. Second of all, I guess expansion on Commonwealth might drop down even below 50 with this piece. Probably not yet, but let's try it. Let's try. Those is like maybe except this. Yeah, this got me by a half. But what I'll do, I'll ally those guys. At least Serbia. This would be a good ally. And how it is looking on Commonwealth now? See, it's 87 aggressive expansion now. So by the end of the truce, I believe it should go down around 50. So, oh my god, we are getting into the right direction. Even though we've lost another provinces, go and ally Serbia and ask them for the military access. Could I break? Yeah, just military access from Pomerania is something that I do not need. And same for Tapuja. So I could also ally Bosnia, and that's probably what I'm going to right away do, just to be sure. Now I sold my titles, and I don't think all powers cost is working well for us. Of course, it helps with the inflation, but inflation is not so much big of a problem anymore. So I'll do this. Now I can seize land and just have it on 5. And I will actually take 1% loans from the burghers. That is 11,000 ducats in our hands to take the institution, take the tech, and I'll invest these 6,000 ducats right now into buildings. So actually we'll start increasing our potential of the country. This is what I need. 5 crown land from the parliament that will make my vassals loyal. And see, now all the problems are just fixed with this, and those guys will be annexed in just 8 years. And look, Mamluks no longer can join the coalitions. Sweden no longer can join the coalitions. Commonwealth very soon won't be able to join the coalitions. I can unlock a new idea group, and this is going to be definitely something from the military ones. And I think that I'll actually go for the quantity, and I can take the first one. So now we have 240,000 of maximum power, and it's recovering over 2,000 months. So this is going to be very helpful in the upcoming wars. There we go, we have the war. And what is interesting over here, of course they have bigger numbers, they have all of these boys, but in 3 years, I will finish annexation of Lyon. So this is the time to do the magic trick I was mentioning. So I basically don't even have to fight this war. I can just stay behind and wait for them. But of course, I will keep fighting so they will not occupy too much. But once this will be close to be finished, I'm going to do the trick. Look how many troops of them are running around over here. This is just... We need to play safe here, meaning that do not go into any offensive battle. So I could just, for example, go around like this. These guys get them ready to reinforce as well, and just for these boys, get the battle leader, because they are going to be engaging in the battle. So just get ready. See, they are running away, but it's okay, because I'll go straight to Kole, which is grassland. But potential with a crossing. Probably that there won't be any crossing, but at least we are not, you know, we're not... Okay, there goes. That's good. We could let them reinforce with 100k troops, but I can just also go stay here, engage, win easily, while at the same time blocking them from reinforcing the battle. So I would just, yes, this is like, feel like MP, like win a battle and just start going around and wiping the enemy troops. That's how it looks like here. And this was just, you know, a lot of free war score that we just got from it. Now guys, I got massively trolled because they're not accepting Lyon. Because Leinster would like something else as a part of the offer. So I've been thinking to do is to get the crown to 5% again, make them disloyal, and just wait for a better opportunity to do that in another war, because in this one, I'm not going to be able to do so. Okay? So the titles? Become disloyal, become disloyal, become disloyal, become disloyal. 63, okay. 99.8%. because we have two options here. We could do that in another war, which should be coming not anytime soon actually, because we are at war with everyone basically. Or we fully siege the Leinster, right? So we could wait 5 years since the war started, so 2 more years, and get 100% of them, so they can't refuse our offer, and we can offer them 100% to decrease the, I guess, expansion. And that's probably what I will have to do, but I have to occupy those provinces from Liege as well. You know what, I don't think I have time and resources to push back all of this and to reoccupy the provinces from Leinster. So what I'll do, I'll just piece them out for as big war score as possible, so it can be war reparations, the money, the transfer trade power, maybe just less money. Important is to get a long truce, and in this case, this is going to be 11 years of it. That's it. What I've been trying, if you remember, just made a few days, what I've been trying to do is to offer, cancel Lyon as a subject, but none of the northern countries would like Lyon cancelled. So what I've been thinking is that I could make a claim on, let's say, Morocco, someone that is bordering Lyon and would accept that, declare war on him, and do exactly this what I mentioned. I mean, this war 051 is not the best. Air is alright, but 15 years old. What I am going to do is go over here to States General. That's going to get rid of this ruler, and I'll have a vote for a new one, which is either 603, so 9 in total, or 323, which is 8 in total. And our question is, I'd rather go for a statist, because that means we're going to change him in just a few years. So let's just do it. It's definitely better than this one. And with this, we also, yes, we just got the nobility estate land. That just got the whole crown land, so let's just at least dev a few times. And to not be at 0. We need to get it to 1%. And now it's 1%, it's a little bit better. And I'll just seize land once the war ends. Now I have a claim on Morocco. I'm going to wait to get a claim, declare on them. Now we just need to wait a month to be able to piece them out. And now look, if I go to offer tribute, cancel subjects, Lyon, they're going to accept it. So what I'll do is to go to Lyon, cancel this disabled divert trade. I'm going to seize land, I don't know, it can be Vizcaya. Just do it. Now it's 103, annex, integrate, you see. And what I can do is to send this peace deal. So cancel the tribute. Now look, this is our expansion map, so it's like 55 on Commonwealth, 202 on Denmark, 466 on Hungary. Send the peace deal. It's 0 on Commonwealth, 350 on Hungary, just 86 on Denmark, and on the northern countries we practically even don't have any more of the aggressive expansion. So if we wait these 2 days, a month, integration is a slow process. So now if you look on our coalition map mode, you see this is pretty much doable to play with it until the end of the game. And I could theoretically even try taking some land from Liege, and that wouldn't be that much of a aggressive expansion. I'll maybe just get Metz, because it's a trade center in Champagne from which I'm taking the trade. I'm going to war reparations, trade power, and the money. So now take it. My expansion map mode is looking like this. I could technically, yes, if I improve relations with Denmark to 100, I'll be actually able, let's maybe ally these guys, I'll actually be able to just root them out of any potential coalitions in the future. We got another coalition attacking us, but you can see that this time it's not really that much, and we even have more armies than them, while in the meantime I'm already annexing Brittany. So in this 15 years or even less, when we got more diplomatic reputation, we'll do the same trick and we'll be left with minimal amount of the countries inside the coalitions. This is something new. Commonwealth declared war on us and Serbia rejected. Interesting. but they would accept the vassalization on the other hand. So Commonwealth attacked us, but not as a coalition. They attacked us for a conquest, casus belli. This is so funny. They have actually a lot of troops here. We need to focus on this war. And the global trade started in our country. That is very good because we actually needed some more PowerPoints. This is funny because that means that 45 value Genoa is the most valued trade node in the world. From Commonwealth we are just going to take money because we don't have resources to keep fighting this war, but at least it took 200,000, but at least we defended. And what I'll be trying to do is to vassalize Serbia, you know, so we lost them, but we regained them, but through vassalizing. There it goes. Now Serbia is officially our subject, and I could do the same with Bosnia, but what I'll probably do, I'll just conquer them. Even though we have the coalition, I think there's a big chance that they will not attack us because I managed to ally Sweden, Denmark and Scotland. Wyatt could probably break, we still have a royal marriage, so, but this is just one prestige, okay. I'll break alliance with Bosnia, because this is a small country, not so useful, and I'll just eat them in a second. And we finally reached 300 of the income, but we want to boost it even furthermore to have a stable, good economy. There we go, another war. I don't know which war already in this episode, but see, that's what we are going to fight. And on the numbers, they still outnumber us, but if we play smart, as always, we should be able to win it. They attack us a little bit early, because you can see in November 1610, I could theoretically piece them out for Brittany, because if you go here and offer tribute, cancel subject, Brittany, they would accept. So we have two options. Fight for 6 years. I think I'll have to do that. 6 years is a lot. Let's try it. To do it slightly faster, I'll use diplomatic reputation, guys, so yes, we need to pump up those numbers to quicker. See, yeah, this is what I have to keep fighting. They have 90k troops here, plus what died. They're reinforcing another 100,000, which is just unplayable at this point, but we are slowly getting there to white peace and out of this war. Now I have pretty much maximum war score from winning battles, and it's not enough for our white peace. What they would like from me in this war is to release Zlewikk and pay 300 ducats. And I'll have to accept this because, yeah, especially that Britannia is occupied, so just send this peace deal, had to kill 600,000 troops again. And the truce expansion will keep decreasing, and in how many years the truce is going to end with them? In 7 years. So in 7 years I'll have to finish annexing Brittany. To do that, I will of course slow them by changing the advisor. What I could do is even cancel this and retake it, you know, so at the moment when I want to peace them out, I'll be able to just finish this right away. Funny thing, I did not explain that, but Florry did not fire radical reforms. That means that if I cancel those two advisors, I'll retake them in a second, and I'll get 200 admin and 200 dipl points from this. So that's 3 power points, and this event can be fired just once per game. Age of Absolutely started with 22 max absolutism. We'll have to work on this, for example, by cancelling this privilege. So it's already 27, and as for the basic absolutism, we pretty much won't be fighting anytime soon, so what I'll decrease our autonomy wherever I can. Of course, this will increase our potential income, that's first thing, but most importantly, we already have 11 of absolutism and 315 of income. Alright guys, I think this is the moment. I'm going to attack one of the coalition members that would really love to Britannia being released. We're going to wait a month till the 28th. Come on. Now, what I'm going to do is to take this policy. So I have 114% of annexation of Brittany. 29th. I almost passed the month. And I'm going to offer the tribute. Cancel subjects. Brittany. Now, let's look. 120 306 aggressive expansion. Send the peace deal. 489. So integration is a very slow process now. And you see that we're pretty much done with most of the aggressive expansion, and honestly, at this point, going forward, I wouldn't even care about this aggressive expansion. I would care about getting more absolutism to even bigger numbers and conquering these lands. Because on the other guys we don't have aggressive expansion, so we just need to control aggressive expansion on those, while those we just have to eat because it's anyway, see, 500, 500. It's not doable to take it down. We need to just force them by annexing them fully. This annexation is also useful because if you wait a month, you will see that all over here we can decrease the autonomy because I just stated those provinces. And let's start decreasing it and see how much of an actual or absolute is going to give us. With half of the provinces, yes, you see, I don't even have to do it on all of the provinces because we'll be on maximum of our current absolutism. It's 31, and we need right now to work on the maximum. We'll do that on two ways. First of all, by increasing the crownland, so we get less malaces to this, and second of all, by cancelling some of the privileges. Because it's 37, 47, Serbia is annexed. So we are, guys, pretty much back to the starting borders. So but the goal over here was to mainly keep the provinces without dying. So we fixed the economy. See, the income is right now 337, and this is just perfect. I think it will be even more if we wait till 1618 because we have this pretty bad event, but it doesn't matter. We're up to date with the decks. This deck is not that important. That's why I focused on finishing quality ideas. The GAF capacity right now it's a little bit over because I cored the provinces from Brittany, but I'll literally build the buildings for the card houses all over the place, and it'll be pretty much enough to take it under the control. So I think, guys, this will be all for today. Look, we have 330,000 maximum power. The balance and income are right now on the very good level, same as the technologies. The institution is coming. The max force limit is great. Army good a little bit less, but it's all good. But most importantly, the biggest issue was this. That's my opinion. This is now fixed, especially that we have a couple of strong allies, and we could even get more from the northern countries. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed this series. It was even more crazy than just blazing Roman Empire that I saved like half a year ago, even more. And for today, thank you so much for coming, and remember, if you really enjoy Saving Your Orange Campaign series, please leave a like and comment on this video, and subscribe to the channel to just get notified about the new videos, and if it goes good, I'll create more of those. So thank you so much, and see you soon.